We will be covering the topic of remote work and how advancements in technology have helped an increasing number of organizations embrace flexible work arrangements. We will discuss the history of remote work, including its various forms, and how technology has facilitated its advancement. We will explain how organizations are utilizing these technologies to improve organizational efficiency and how organizations are coping with resistance to remote work. Lastly, we will discuss the future of alternative work structures and technological innovations that will help facilitate an increasing number of organizations moving towards a remote work environment. The origins of remote work can be traced as far back as the mid-1800s, when only a few industries were able to conduct operations outside of an office environment. Due to the rate of technological advancements in the past few decades, there have been an increasing number of industries able to work remotely. The invention of telecommunications technologies during the Industrial Revolution laid the groundwork for a decentralized work environment. The invention of the telegraph in 1835 and the telephone in 1849 enabled individuals to conduct business and communicate over long distances, which reduced the need for close proximity to the workplace. These inventions allowed professions like sales, journalism, and estate management to operate remotely. The introduction of the fax machine and early computer networks in the 20th century led to further developments in remote work capabilities. These advancements made the telegraph practically obsolete and allowed professionals to collaborate across geographic boundaries more efficiently. The adoption of work-from-home policies in the 1970s, caused by the 1973 OPEC oil embargo, was one of the first large-scale transitions away from traditional office structure. However, remote work was still only available to certain occupations and industries due to the technological constraints of early computers and cultural norms favoring centralized offices. The rapid technological growth seen in the late 20th and early 21st centuries revolutionized the way people work and communicate. The widespread adoption of the internet, email, and mobile platforms allowed the concept of remote work to be a viable option for many professionals, and companies began to see the benefits of allowing employees to work remotely. These benefits included savings on building rent and utilities, access to a larger talent pool of candidates, and improved employee satisfaction. Organizations were also exploring options outside of a work-from-home structure to include satellite work centers, where an operational division was physically located in an office near a majority of the employees within that division, and neighborhood work centers, where employees from numerous organizations would have an office in a common use building. The growth of remote work was further accelerated by the rise of cloud computing and video conferencing platforms, which enabled workers to communicate and collaborate on projects regardless of location. Remote work had become mainstream by the 2010s, and even more so during the COVID-19 pandemic, when an increasing number of organizations embraced flexible work arrangements and began incorporating remote work policies into their organizational structure.
While remote work was already around, the COVID-19 pandemic enabled an explosion of different forms of remote work and the technology that facilitates it. Some of these forms of remote work include freelance work, fully remote working from home, hybrid, remote-friendly, and online entrepreneurs. Freelance work is project-based and ends when a project is completed. The employee sets their own hours and chooses their own clients and types of works. They work from wherever they want with an uncapped earning potential. However, there are no security or benefits and no sick leave or paid time off. The employee also has to fund all of their own equipment. The gig economy is a different type of freelance work in that it is also flexible, but it's temporary and allows for cheaper, more efficient services. Think things like Uber, Airbnb, and food delivery. There are, again, no benefits, and big employers can take advantage of this if they don't have the funds to hire a full-time employee. The biggest difference between freelance and gig economy is gig is short term for hire work, like a one-time food delivery, versus freelance being a contract basis and not bound to any one employer. Working from home or fully remote work is permanent and contracted. Teams can span different time zones, regions, and even continents. This allows the employer to have access to a bigger workforce, and the employees don't have any need to commute. Flex work is a type of working from home that is also permanent and contracted, but it has flexible working hours. So the employee gets to choose when they want to work. It's common in teams across different time zones, with the employer requiring teams to be on at a set time. So if an employer has teams nationally, think like the US, they'll tell them that the entire team needs to be online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. CST. And then outside of those hours, the team can work whenever and however they want. Hybrid work is working from home and being in the office. Again, this is also permanent and contracted, but some days are spent in the office and some days are spent remote. A lot of employers will require a 3 and 2 type of schedule, meaning they'd spend 3 days in the office and 2 days working from home. Teams are located within a commutable difference in this type of employment. Remote friendly is kind of similar to hybrid work, except it is not a set number of days each week. It's more so if something pops up like an emergency and you need to be home, you can work remote that day. Employees are expected to be in office most of the time, and remote is not the company's primary way of conducting business. Online entrepreneurs are pretty similar to the benefits of a freelancer, except here the employee or entrepreneur is creating an online business that focuses on only one product or service. Here you can think of a blogger, a podcaster, or a digital retailer. There are many different types of technology that help facilitate remote work. These include high-speed 5G internet, cloud computing, online storage tools, video conferencing, unified communication platforms, project management software, and cybersecurity. High-speed internet enables access to the cloud, instant communication between teams. It enhances home productivity, supports video conferencing, enables data transfer and file sharing, and private Wi-Fi is safer than public Wi-Fi. Cloud computing allows for on-demand access of computing resources. Think servers, data storage, networking capabilities, software, etc. They usually have a pay-per-use pricing, which is better for the employer, and it enables remote work by making data and applications accessible from anywhere and anytime. It also enhances collaboration and communication. Some examples of this type of technology is Amazon's cloud services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Online storage tools allow the team to store, access, and share files online from anywhere at any time. Every team member can access them, and everything is documented and securely kept. It allows for backlog and archives, it's scalable, it's cost efficient, and it provides a level of data security. Some examples of this is Dropbox, Google Drive, and Office 365. Video conferencing allows for screen sharing, it allows for chat during videos, some recording and playback, and it also integrates with other tools and platforms, think like Google Calendar Meets. It improves communication and collaboration from anywhere in the world, it's cost effective, and it allows for increased productivity and information relation speed. It also allows face-to-face interactions, thereby building some good team morale. Examples of this are Zoom, Skype, and Google Meet. Unified communication platforms allows team members to access info and updates easily. Everybody ends up remaining on the same page. It builds trust between employees and eliminates the need for multiple platforms and simplifies the exchange of ideas, files, and feedback. It increases informal communication, which also boosts team morale. It increases accountability with a paper trail. It's accessible anywhere, anytime, and it helps eliminate miscommunications. Some examples of this are Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Google Chat. Project Manager software helps teams plan, organize, execute, and track work. There is centralized task management, real-time collaboration, visibility and transparency between team members, time tracking, and document management. Some examples of this are Asana, Monday.com, and Trello. Cybersecurity protects organizational assets, data, networks, etc., from external and internal threats and disruptions from natural disasters. Paper can't escape fire, the cloud can. It also provides mobile security as well to remote workers. Some examples of this are CrowdStrike, McAfee, and Norton. Overall, technology has facilitated remote work mainly by allowing collaboration, communication, and access to company resources from anywhere at any time. Technology provides the necessary tools and infrastructure for efficient and productive remote collaboration.
How are organizations using these technologies to improve organizational efficiencies and effectiveness? Leveraging remote technologies for maximum efficiencies and effectiveness require a well-thought-out organization strategies. Organizations should undertake a comprehensive analysis to determine the most suitable remote working technologies to their needs by identifying the specific remote working solutions suitable for their operations. So our group would like to present several strategies and best practices to guide the organizations. The first one is uses virtual meeting platform. Organizations are relating virtual meeting platforms such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Cisco WebEx to conduct virtual meeting, webinars, and training sessions. Virtual meeting eliminate the need for travel, saving time and resources for both employees and organizations. According to a study by Hambly 2006, found that team cohesion is greater when using video conferencing. Moreover, virtual meetings have been shown to increase employee engagement and reduce communication barriers in remote teams. The next is invest in training and coaching managers. According to a study by Curfy and Wolf 2018, training and coaching to team leads for managing remote workers, specifically how to set and maintain norms on communication, how to conduct more effective meetings, conduct performance appraisals, and enforce a culture of transparency and trust. The role of the manager overseeing remote workers is to coach the worker on how to take on delegated tasks, even if the option to work remotely is a part of culture. The decision is ultimately up to manager or team lead. One common strategy is to use cloud-based collaboration, such as Microsoft Teams, Google Workspace. These tools help employees communicate and work together on projects, also share documents in real time, regardless of physical location. According to Leonardi 2013, teams may perceive technologies as useful to their goal even if it was not originally designed to be used in a certain way. Virtual team performance can be enhanced if team processes are adapted for technologies. To ensure that virtual team can adapt it rapidly, they must have adequate training on the technologies and the work processes afforded by the technologies. The next is implementing project management tools. Some interesting tools are Trello, Asana, and Basecamp. These tools help to organize and accompany the workflows of projects. A combination of these solutions from communication to project management can increase productivity during remote working time and enable projects to remain on track, bringing together other benefits to make projects more open and inclusive. Implementing cybersecurity measures. This is crucial when employees work remotely to ensure the protections of sensitive data and prevent cyber threats. Secure access controls play a vital role in safeguarding information by limiting access to authorized personnel only. This can be achieved through the use of strong passwords, multi-factor authentication. Encryption is another essential component of cybersecurity measures, as it involves encoding data to make it unreadable to unauthorized users. Moreover, research by Coterie 2022 also said the lack of awareness and training are major cause of many successful attacks against critical infrastructure. With the continued advancement of social engineering techniques, attackers often directly target personnel to get access to confidential data. To mitigate this threat, cybersecurity awareness and training activities have been highlighted both at national level and company level. In conclusion, Organizations are adopting various remote working technologies to enhance organizational efficiencies and effectiveness by utilizing cloud-based collaboration tools, project management software, virtual meeting platform, and invest in training and coaching managers. Organizations can improve communication, productivity, and security in remote work setting. However, to overcome challenges in implementing remote work practices, organizations need to convince stakeholders of benefit, provide necessary training, and adapt to new way of working. Leveraging the flexibility and benefit of remote work, organizations can enhance job performance and productivity during remote working time.
COVID-19 pandemic has ushered in an era of remote work and remote management, posing unique challenges for leaders accustomed to face-to-face interactions. The abrupt transition to remote work, often without adequate training, has left many managers struggling to adapt. According to a study by Parker et al., managers are struggling with effective management of employees working from home, which in turn is making workers feel untrusted and micromanaged. While certain roles have seamlessly adjusted, others are ill-suited for remote environments, compounded by employees facing significant personal challenges at home. Consequently, some managers find their roles more arduous, increasing managerial stress and resistance to various forms of remote work. However, organizations are addressing managerial resistance to various forms of remote work through several strategies. Providing managers with education and training on remote work practices, tools, and technologies helps them understand the benefits and challenges of remote work. Establishing clear expectation and guidelines for remote work helps managers understand their roles and responsibilities in managing remote teams. Implementing technology solutions that support remote work, such as project management tools, video conferencing platforms, and collaboration software, can enhance productivity and streamline communication among remote teams. Offering managers flexibility and autonomy in managing remote teams allows them to tailor their approaches based on individual team dynamics and preferences. Establishing clear performance metrics and accountability measures for remote work ensures managers can effectively monitor teams' productivity and performance. A radical approach to managing outcomes is the results-only work environment, ROE, where little attention is paid to when, where, or how individuals complete their tasks, as long as they achieve the desired results. Encouraging peer support and collaboration among managers who have successfully transitioned to remote work can help alleviate concerns and share best practices. Soliciting feedback from managers and employees about their remote work experiences allows organizations to identify challenges and areas for improvement. Implementing feedback mechanisms and conducting regular assessments can help organizations adapt their remote work policies and practices to address managerial resistance effectively. Overall, organizations are proactively addressing managerial resistance to remote work by focusing on education and training, clear expectations and guidelines, technology adoption, flexibility and autonomy, performance metrics and accountability, peer support and collaboration, and continuous feedback and improvement. It's important to recognize that not all employees have equal access to resources such as income, internet connectivity, adequate home workspace, or caregiver support. By leveraging these strategies, organizations can successfully transition to remote work environments while effectively managing resistance and promoting employee engagement and productivity.
And now we'll be talking about what is the prognosis for the future for alternate work forms and new technological innovations. First, there will be an increase in remote work. After the COVID-19 pandemic, remote and hybrid work increased and are likely to continue due to advantages it presents. According to Forbes, remote workers on average tend to be significantly more productive than those working in an office. In a study done by OWL Labs, 34% of office workers said that interruptions from colleagues affected their productivity. compared to only 16% of remote workers. Now, especially to millennials, it offers many more advantages, such as having a healthy work-life balance, more flexible schedules, and be in a more comfortable working environment. Not only does remote work help a person or the employee, but it also helps a company. Having remote work offerings helps companies with performance from employees. According to Forbes, with stronger autonomy via location independence, workers produce results with 40% fewer quality defects. Besides getting better completed tasks from employees, remote work helps save money in things such as rent and utilities. Next, the increase in e-commerce. Technology has changed many things in our lives, and one of them is how business operates. It has created AI algorithms, for example, which are used by every social media and e-commerce platform. When you search for a product in Amazon or eBay, for example, algorithms start searching for similar products to the one you are looking for. This tool is used to target specific products to a customer to create more engagement. Another tool used by e-commerce, which is getting better every day, is blockchain. As blockchain continues to update the possibilities of getting fraudulent activities, will decrease. Not only will it result in less frauds, but there will also be more transparency between the customer and business, which builds trust and then generates more sales. Finally, the increase of automation and AI. AI and automation will be two key factors in new technological innovations. Although they are not new, technological progress has expanded the limits for machine capabilities. Some jobs will be lost while at the same time, new jobs will be created. Automation and AI will help in things such as with increased efficiency, productivity, and training. It can improve efficiency by making better decisions because it reads data quickly, which makes the process be more streamlined. In the means of productivity, there are simple tasks which simply take a lot of time, and AI will quickly create them. AI will also help in the future in the training process of new employees because learning will be faster since all the data can automatically be updated to a cloud.
While the concept of remote work has been in practice for decades, it is still not perfected and only recently took hold on a large scale. Some managerial implications with remote work include aspects of supervision, relationships with family, peers, and the organization, visibility for promotions and opportunities for advancement, as well as technological limitations and security. Olson's 1983 study found evidence to show that remote work fosters individual autonomy rather than organizational commitment. Building relationships within the organization and being entrenched in the company culture is important to fostering organizational commitment. Working from home presents challenges to building those relationships and organizational commitment. Building relationships with professional peers can also contribute to professional development. It can be difficult for some employees to maintain a suitable work-life balance, particularly those who set up their workspace in common areas of the home. These individuals can have numerous distractions and may not be able to effectively separate work life from home life. Remote work brings up unique challenges with performance evaluations and employee promotion potential. Managers must adapt their traditional methods of performance evaluation, focusing on the quality of output rather than time spent on tasks and methods of completion. Considering employees may not have regular face-to-face time with their coworkers and managers, they must make an effort to maintain visibility in the organization, whether that means attending occasional meetings in person or spending a day in the office at regular intervals. Lastly, the reliability and security of technology used in remote work should be maintained. Managers must ensure employees have the necessary equipment to perform their jobs effectively, and employees must have reliable and secure internet access, particularly in positions handling confidential information. To recap, remote work can come in many forms, including fully remote, hybrid, and even project-based freelance work. The emergence of digital technology has facilitated the transition to remote work by enabling access to cloud computing and allowing near seamless transitions from office to home. Employees can access company infrastructure and collaborate with coworkers from anywhere at any time. An effective organizational strategy towards remote work ensures that technology is leveraged for maximum efficiency. Organizations need to provide the proper training, support, and motivation for stakeholders to effectively adopt remote work practices. Managers face unique challenges when transitioning employees to remote work. Lack of training, organizational technology limitations, and accountability are all factors that affect the manager's attitude toward employees working remotely. Managers must focus on education, collaboration, and communication to ensure the success of their team in a remote work environment. The future of alternative work forms lies in the advancement of technology. With the growth of automation and artificial intelligence, efficiency, productivity, and advancements in decision-making will drastically improve the landscape of remote work.